Team Bud Crawford. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Team Bud Crawford has a whole lot to say about Errol the Truth Spence. It gets real disrespectful and personal. But before we get into this next video, y'all should already know what to do. Hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a sub to the channel. Yeah, Team Bud Crawford, they had a lot to say about Errol Spence. You know, Bernie, yeah, Bud Crawford's brother, yeah, he had a whole lot to say about Errol the Truth Spence. And this ain't about boxing, you dig what I'm saying? This is personal. This is jealousy. This is envy. This is like a little kid, you know, that's stuck in the house, that got his ass in trouble, that's looking outside through the blinds, watching all the other kids play, but he can't go outside and play. You know what I'm saying? They mad. They real mad. You know, they jealous. They envious of Errol the Truth Spence. And I'm going to break this down for you, and I'm going to let you know why, and I'm going to explain this to you. It's deeper than boxing. This ain't about boxing. You feel me? But before I break all this down and explain to you what the bigger picture is, what the real issue is with Bud Crawford, Bo Mack, and his whole team, the issue that they really have with Errol Spence, and it ain't boxing. And I'm going to break this down for y'all. But before I break this down, let me let you hear what you know Bud Crawford brother Bernie had to say about Errol the Truth Spence.
The hell? Come on. Fuck, what's going on in the world today, man? Come on. Fuck, Errol the Truth, the drunk. That motherfucker ain't the truth. That's the drunk. The motherfucker that kissed boys and danced with fellas. Get the fuck out of here. That's what his name is. You can pick either one, interchange them. Which one he gonna be? Earl the cows and chickens, motherfucker. Earl the, you know, understand? Come on, pick him. Fuck. He ain't the boogeyman, and he damn sure ain't the fucking truth. Get out of here with that shit. Come on, man. Stop it. Fuck. Come on. Dancing with fellas, kissing guys and shit, chasing cows and chickens and shit. Come on. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. Don't let me get to talking that real shit. Y'all know I'm telling it for real. Come on.
So y'all heard the jealousy and envy in his voice. You know what I'm saying? The drunk, the man that kissed boys in the mouth, danced with fellas, chased cows and chickens. And mind you, Errol Spence ain't never said nothing about these dudes. He ain't never said not one word bad about them. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody could ever bait Errol Spence to say nothing bad about these dudes, but they continuously disrespectful towards him, get personal with him, and we're gonna break this shit down. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna break Bernie the Boxer down. We're gonna break, you know what I'm saying, Bo Mack down, the whole team Bud Crawford. You dig what I'm saying? And don't think Bud don't be doing the same shit behind closed doors, because they team, you know what I'm saying, his family told me the shit that Bud be saying behind closed doors. So this shit that you hear Bernie say, the shit that you hear Bo Mack say, Bud be saying the same shit. He just don't get in front of a camera and say the shit. You feel me? So Bud think the shit funny. He say the same shit. So Bud Crawford too. And see, they all jealous and they all envious of Errol Spence. And I'm going to let y'all know why. So let's go back to the beginning. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go back to the beginning. You know, Errol Spence, he won the IBF and he started moving up through the ranks. You know, at the same time, Terence Crawford, you know, he was doing his thing. Terence Crawford was first on HBO. And then he went over there to ESPN because Top Rank got that big deal with ESPN. At that time, you feel me? Terence Crawford was just starting to get a little buzz. You know, Terence Crawford had been doing his thing for a while, but he just started getting a little buzz. So in Terence Crawford's mind, Terence Crawford was going to be the next big thing, right? So Terence Crawford, he gets the undisputed at 140. Now by this time, Terence Crawford is like, okay, now I'm going to move up to 147 and I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy. It's not going to be Errol Spence. It ain't going to be Keith Thurman. I'm going to be the guy at 147 because, see, at that point in time, the guy at 147 was Keith Thurman. Bigger names were Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and maybe even Sean Porter. Errol Spence, he really hadn't started getting a big name yet at that time. You feel me? He just had won his strap, and he really hadn't got a big name in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So Terence Crawford, he moves up to 147. See, when he moved to 147, he felt like, yeah, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to take this shit over easy. You feel me? I'm going to be on ESPN. We got the new big deal. I'm going to be the face that everybody at the welterweight division and in boxing is going to be looking at, right? But it didn't happen that way. See, it didn't happen that way because Errol Spence, his name started buzzing. He finally started getting the fights and he started showing out. He started getting a bigger bag. When he went and fought Mikey Garcia, didn't nobody expect that event to blow up and be as big as it was. I did, but most of these boxing heads, they didn't expect him to do 50,000 in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. So he blew up. You feel me? He blew up. And then, he also did 15,000+ in the Dallas Cowboys training facility, right? Before that. So Errol Spence started taking off fast. When Errol Spence started taking off, Terence Crawford was over there on ESPN, and his name still wasn't buzzing like he thought it was going to be. He thought he was going to be that nigga at 147. He thought he was just going to be able to move up and just take over the game. But see, he went on pay-per-view against Amir Khan, and he found out real fast his tickets wasn't selling. His pay-per-views wasn't hitting like that. You feel what I'm saying? So gradually, the jealousy started growing. You know what I'm saying? Omaha, Nebraska. If you go to Omaha, Nebraska, everybody thinks that Bud Crawford is the man. You feel me? He the man there. But see, Omaha, Nebraska is a very small market. Errol Spence Jr., Dallas, Texas. That's a big market. Then they started moving him to New York. He got family in New York. The fights he had, he's selling out everywhere he go. EJ was selling out everywhere he go. And it wasn't the same for Bud Crawford. You feel me? So then they start seeing EJ shining. They start seeing him showing up at these fights, getting love for the fans. People were gravitating to him more than they were Bud. And I'm going to tell you, I done been around both of these dudes. And Errol Spence Jr. is a much more likable personality than Bud. Bud, he tends to shy away from people. He don't really want to fuck with you like that. And Errol Spence, he'll stay and he'll talk to everybody. He'll sign every autograph. He's just a real down-to-earth dude. So people start shying towards him a lot more. Now, I'm going to show you where the envy started growing. EJ started making that big bag. His first real big bag he made was with the Mikey Garcia fight, right? Then he backed it up with the Sean Porter fight. He made a real big bag when he sold out the Dallas Cowboy training facility and fought a motherfucking nobody. So they sitting over there and they looking at that. Yeah, Bud Crawford did sign his little deal with ESPN. At the time, he signed a deal making like $4 million guaranteed, right? But see, it's like football. Yeah, you signed first, you know what I'm saying? And you thought, oh yeah, I'm getting all the money, you know what I'm saying? This $4 million guarantee, ain't nobody getting that. Ain't nobody getting this, right? But you signed first. You feel me? And then after you sign, they bust the motherfucking, the cap wide open. They busted the cap wide open. Now all the other quarterbacks came behind you. Now they making way more money than you. Now you want to restructure your contract because you see that you signed too soon. And see, the PBC guys, they don't have to sign nothing. But shortly after that, they know what's up. They seen these PBC guys, they getting way more than $4 million, because you getting your guarantee and that's where the buck stops at. But they on pay-per-view. They making big, money because they getting back end money on these pay-per-views. They selling big pay-per-views. And that's the thing with Errol Spence. You start looking at him, he making way more money than you. You feel me? And now the jealousy and the envy. Remember when Bomac came out? Oh, Errol Spence, he ain't making shit. He living paycheck to paycheck. And EJ said, oh yeah, he think I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Let's get these checks out and let's compare and see who really living paycheck to paycheck. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it was already, you already had started seeing the jealousy and the envy. You feel me what I'm saying? Errol Spence is out here doing big things, buying big jewelry, having bad females by his side, doing all of that. And Terence Crawford the whole time, he in the house. He on lockdown, you know what I'm saying? He looking out the blinds. He mad, biting the bottom of his lip. He can't go outside and play. He can't do that shit that he's seeing Errol Spence do. And he's mad, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that dude that's in the club. You come through shining, you know what I'm saying? You got your jewelry on, your money right, you shining. And you always got niggas that's in the club, they looking at you like, who the fuck this nigga think he is? Well, who he think he is coming in here with his motherfucking designer on, his jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck he think he is? He think he the bitch, all the bitches want him. Who he think he is? And see, that's Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Coming through shining. And that's Terence Crawford and his whole team. They mad because EJ out there doing shit that they can't do. You feel me? He doing shit that they can't do, that they really wish they could do. And I'm not saying that Terence Crawford ain't rich. He got money. But he can't do the shit that Errol Spence is doing. He in a whole different situation. You feel me? And niggas get mad. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start hearing and seeing the jealousy and the envy come out. You feel what I'm saying? Because if Errol Spence never came out there, you know, with the nice jewelry on, showing up to these fights with you know what I'm saying, bad females, shining, all that shit, they wouldn't feel the way that they do towards Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? And then him making more money, that's the sign of a hating ass nigga when they get mad. You know what I'm saying? And them Omaha dudes, them dudes over there, and I ain't talking about everybody in Omaha. I'm talking about Bud Crawford and all these niggas that come out hating on EJ and making it personal. You could hear it in their voice. That shit is hate. You feel me? I done been around it in real life. I done been hated on like that. That's hate. That's jealousy. That's envy. That ain't got shit to do with boxing. You feel me? That's what y'all don't understand. It's bigger than boxing. The hate is real. The hate is real, you know. Calling that man, a drunk. Liking to kiss boys in the mouth. Dancing with fellas. Chasing down cows. All that shit don't have nothing to do with boxing. All that shit is one man, a grown ass man, hating on another man. You feel me? It's bigger than boxing. That's what y'all don't understand when you get on here, you know what I'm saying, arguing, debating, and all of that shit. It's bigger than boxing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Bo Mac came out when they was talking about Errol Spence on pay-per-view and all that. Bo Mac came out and told y'all, I ain't pay for that shit. I streamed the fight. Yeah, I ain't pay. Why would you say that? But then you heard Errol Spence come back and say, hey, you know, it's cool. He streamed my fight. I pay for Terence Crawford's fights. I buy all his fights when he on pay-per-view. You feel me? I support my black people. They ain't on that type of time though. Because when a man got jealousy and hate in his heart, you can't see past that. You feel me? It's bigger than boxing. Once again, I'm going to tell you, it's bigger than boxing. Jealousy, hate, envy, all of that. Sum it all up and put it in one. And see, Terence Crawford, you feel me? I know you thought that you was going to move up and take over the whole division, but it didn't go down like you thought it was. I know you thought, oh, I got ESPN behind me. ESPN gonna make me the biggest superstar, and I'm sure gonna be the biggest superstar at 147. But see, y'all forgot one thing. Just because ESPN can make you look like a monster, fighting, you know, lower level opposition, not fighting the best, and running with narratives, the fans know you still gotta fight the best to be that man. You know what I'm saying? To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And that's one thing that they left out. That's one thing that you didn't understand. And that narrative trying to act like, oh, everybody is ducking Terence Crawford. Everybody is, you know, running from him. He wants all of these fights. That shit only lasts for so long. You feel me? After a while, people gonna see Is this shit really true? Does he really want all of these fights? Is everybody ducking him? And see, the cat got let out the bag, right? When Bob Arum let all the news out on you. Like, hey, I tried to get all of these fights for Terence Crawford. He's difficult to work with. He don't want all of these fights. And if y'all think Terence Crawford is doing well with his numbers, well, he's not, because I'm losing money on him. And the reason he was losing money because y'all weren't making the big fights. Terence Crawford was letting him make every excuse in the book when everybody was saying, okay, why you not fighting Keith Thurman? It's an excuse. Well, why you not fighting Danny Garcia? It's an excuse. Lowballing dudes. You know what I'm saying? Why you not fighting Errol Spence? It's always an excuse. You feel me? Why you not fighting Sean Porter? It's an excuse. So people don't believe that shit no more. The only ones that believe that shit is the BPC, the Bud Protection Committee. You feel me? And all of them is haters and envious of Errol Spence, because they see him as that nigga that's doing shit that they'll never be able to do in life. You feel me? You even had cats talking about that Errol went in his chain. Look at that fucking chain. He think he fucking big and bad because he go buy he go spend all that money on his chain. What the fuck does his chain and what he spent on the chain got to do with boxing? It don't have nothing to do with boxing. It's bigger than boxing. It's jealousy and envy. You feel me? And y'all will never get no bigger than what y'all are right now, because you got jealousy and envy in your heart. And the reason that the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight ain't made, and it probably would never be made, is because Terence Crawford is used to being the man in Omaha, right? He got everybody around him telling him, oh, you the man, you that nigga, you that nigga. So he started believing that shit. He started smelling this and drinking his own piss, right? So they telling him that, oh, you can't make this nigga, you can't let this nigga ain't better than you. You can't let this nigga make more money than you. How he gonna try? He ain't making more money than you. He ain't making, so he don't want to go in the fight thinking that he making less than another black man. That's why he just came out with his whole dream list. Ain't no black fighter on there. Ain't no black fighter on there. You feel me? Because he's cool with letting another man that ain't black make more money than him. He's cool with taking a 20-80 split with Manny Pacquiao. You feel me? He's cool with letting Amir Khan make more money than him when Amir Khan got 6.5, 7 mil. But nah, you that nigga in Omaha, so ain't no other nigga is better than Bud Crawford. Ain't no other nigga gonna make no more money than Bud Crawford. That's what it's all about. You feel me? And you letting everybody around you fill your head up with this bullshit. And now you got your, you got your brother coming out here. Fuck Errol Spence. All that shit is personal. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talk about Terence Crawford, we never get personal. You know what I'm saying? We don't never talk about shit in his personal life. We don't never disrespect that man, down that man personally. But every time y'all talk about Errol Spence, it's always personal. You feel me? And that's just what it is. It's jealousy, envy, and it's hatred. But it's coming from a hater perspective. That nigga that's standing in the back of the club, that's watching, you know what I'm saying? That's watching the niggas shining, that's plotting on the niggas that's shining because they mad, because they will never be that nigga. And that's Terence Crawford. That's all you Omaha niggas that's hating. You feel me? That's all you Terence Bud Crawford fans that's hating. And all of y'all ain't hating, but I'm talking to the ones that is haters. You feel me? Bernie will never be that nigga. You feel me? Bernie was a boxer, but he mad. He looking at Errol Spence and he wants to be that nigga that Errol Spence is. He wants to do what Errol Spence is doing. Oh, you mad? You won't be that nigga, Bernie. You'll never be that nigga. So it don't matter. As much as you hate, as much jealousy as you have in your heart and envy you have in your heart, you'll never be that. So keep hating. And Errol Spence is going to keep rising and continue to rise and continue to get a big bag while y'all sitting over there hating. That's why you sitting out into September. Love it or hate it, you know what I'm saying? You can get mad and bite your lips off until them motherfuckers is raw and bloody. Until next time, y'all already know what it is. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm out. Leave a comment in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all niggas is the type of niggas I'm talking to. A lot of y'all niggas is gonna be mad. But leave that comment in the comment section. Until next time, I'm out.